Teams made their way out of the tunnel to ready to do battle between Atlanta Falcons. 2/500, and we're underway here. And a nice return sets them up pretty good. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that goes for a gain of 31. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The return is Henderson. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Lucky 56. Leopard.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he takes it.
He just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Gun!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. Second and goal from inside the 5. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that.
Good run blitz. A good run blitz.
The assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover and not be deterred by anything else.
From the 3 now. Here they come on 3rd and goal. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, where'd it go?
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll set up to throw. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he's got it up and through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
With Saints football to begin quarter number 2. Run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Sammy. Level. Under. Got it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Smith catches left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll set up a throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? They're going to look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Breeze to throw on second down. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And Hallen Sink was the quarterback in his center on that play. They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Got it. 11.
On second down, here's Breeze. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there. His guys will get the football back.
All right, here we go. Blue, landed. Blue.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Big. Running with Kamara. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense is a group ranked 30th on the ground, and those are the kinds of runs that have earned him that spot.
Yeah, dubious distinction, right? Because no one wants to be in that position, and no matter what your style of play, you want to be known as a team that can run the ball when you need to.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go deep. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
3-19! 3-19! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll look to throw here. On the screen, this is Coleman. Space to maneuver at the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Find out, find out.
Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. He's got his man on the crossing route. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Saints have moved out in front. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
No. Check. Patriot.
He'll drop to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Back to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Here we go.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll run here with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. In for the score. And the Falcons are an extra point away from... Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This is taken at his 4th. And there he goes again. 30, 20, 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints have moved out in front.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
4 down, check, 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Lucky 56. Gun.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
And they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run it with Coleman. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They run, Devontae Freeman. And this has been a familiar. Sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Detroit! Gun!
Now back to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Cameron Jordan. in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw here. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Looking to throw. And it's complete. Hooper. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out and high in the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. And that one was relatively easy to see.
Take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Takk McKinley in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. To throw, Bridgewater. And a sideline pass that's caught by Thomas. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They run. It's Kamara. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Bridgewater. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a pitch out to Kamara. Pushing his way through. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints have moved out in front. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Oh, the return is Henderson. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As in half number 2. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Throwing here, Bridgewater. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Grady Jarrett able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here's Bridgewater. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.